Hey there, it is Xena Krogadal, and boy oh boy, have I been on an adventure the last week. Woo! Uh, True or false? When God is on the move, are there any surprises in life? I'd love to hear your answers, true or false. When God is on the move, is there anything, a surprise in life? So I just want to give you a little recap of what all has transpired over this last week. Well, first of all, I started out with an amazing conference, um, Momentum Masters with Ken Walls and Glenn Morshower in Dallas, Texas. So Chris and I were there for a few days, and it was phenomenal. It was so compelling, so enriching, so life transforming, just getting us to really rethink things and shift our words, shift our mind, and shift our reality. And you'll be hearing more about that as the days come. But truly amazing, met some amazing people. So that was a fantastic start to the new year. Now, right after Momentum Masters, Chris and I uh, took separate flights. He flew back home to Prescott, Arizona, which, by the way, I am so sad that I missed the snow. He was sending me pictures of the snowfall, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was in Prescott. But at the same time, I'm glad that I took the flight to go to North Carolina, Salisbury, North Carolina, and met my dear friends Tina Goder, Yessi Viota, and Marlena Hollis, and we had just an amazing week getting ready for the Amplify Your Life event. And we stayed at Tina's house and just had an amazing time getting into alignment with the Lord on this event, getting all the details that we were needing to get, dialing it in and getting all the details needed. And by the way, if you live in the Salisbury area, Charlotte area, in that vicinity, and you don't have a church home, or if you're looking for a new church home, Cornerstone Church is such a loving church. So what a wonderful community. So if you're looking for one out in that area, I totally recommend you checking it out. So, anyways, this week was just full of God awe inspiring things that happen. Were there some surprises? You bet. I will tell you that we had made plans and there were things that did not go according to plans. So there were surprises. So just to kind of give you an idea, what happened, we had two networking mixers that we were scheduled to go to with the Chamber of Commerce through a couple of different towns there. And then we had a lunch and learn for the ladies to come to the church. And the day after I flew in, there was a huge storm, tornado warnings, and a state of emergency was declared by the governor. Schools were shut down, floods were happening, electricity was out for so many of the residents. And so, as you can imagine, our plans that we had made did not go according to plans. So we no longer, the mixers were canceled, so we didn't have anything in the morning or the late afternoon. But we did have the lunch and learn, and 10 women showed up, even though there was this huge storm happening. So there were 10 that were hungry and ready to learn, and we were able to just have such a blessing of a time, really sharing with one another, discovering our spiritual gifts and discovering our communication styles. And it was just a great time in the Lord. So that was uh, the first day. And then, so we just, the next day, just really planning, looking at details for the event, which Tina's team is amazing. They're just amazing, amazing people that are just wanting to serve and give their best for this event. I'm just floored. So then we were preparing. So the next big event we had was in Lincolnton, Georgia, which I'd never really been to Georgia until this year, and I was just in Georgia, Woodstock, Georgia, back in August, I think. Maybe it was September. Anyway, just recently, but I'm not familiar with Georgia. I was just going along the ride that Yessie said, hey, got this plan. She made a phone call to Kelly Eisler and asked if we could have a get together with some women, if she might be able to help bring some women to an event. And Kelly is a rock star. She basically got us into her church, and within just less than a week of promoting, and it wasn't even like a lot of promoting apparently it was just all on social media that there was going to be a women's event, and 70 women signed up in Lincolnton, Georgia. But wait, there's even more of a surprise that occurred. And so Tina's executive pastor, Pastor Brandon, came in and asked us that Wednesday what we were doing, where we were going, the next day. And Yessie said, oh, we're going to Lincolnton, Georgia. And he said, wait, did you just say Lincolnton, Georgia? And she's like, yeah. He goes, no way. He goes, I know the family that built that church. I know the man who placed the bricks in that church by hand, building that sanctuary. And I've been to that church and preached at that church. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Why are you guys going to Lincolnton, Georgia? And so we all looked at each other and we're like, well, because that's where the women are and they've all signed up. We have all these women signing up for this event, so we are going. He goes, wow. He goes, that is incredible. That of all the churches between Salisbury, North Carolina, and Georgia, that you landed in a church that I personally know who built it and that I have been there myself preaching, and it is literally out in the middle of nowhere. Lee, you know what? At that moment, I just was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. Have you ever experienced that? You're surprised, like, oh, I didn't expect that, but yet you weren't really surprised because this is how God operates. Yeah? Would you agree? This is how God operates, that we make our plans and he directs our steps, and yet we may be surprised, but there really are no surprises because God's already planned it from the very beginning. So this was that moment. So last night was the event, and we get there, and these women, wow, they were so hungry for connection with God, so hungry with connection with each other. It was incredible. I'm going to post some pictures. You guys need to check it out because I am still just so floored as to what God did in that room. And we not only got through the spiritual assessments and the communication assessments and learned a little bit more about our styles, but when Pastor Tina Godare got up there and gave her testimony, she just was able to, I think, start a healing process for a lot of those women. They were in tears. She asked them if anybody wants to experience God, increase him in your life, to grow, that that life can be different. I mean, Tina's testimony is amazing, and she's still standing. There's so many things that happened to her that would have taken most women out and paralyzed them, but not her. Her faith grew stronger and stronger, and you can see it. So, anyways, so pretty much the whole room, with just a few that didn't, but pretty much the whole room came up to the front to receive prayer. And never, um, I should say, I never pictured that that was going to happen at this event. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't even in my radar or my mind, that that's how this was going to go down. And yet God was on the move. And how crazy is it that the very church, that we were going to, that that 70 women signed up to come to this event, was the very church that was connected to the executive pastor all the way back in Salisbury, North Carolina. If that is not God, I don't even know what to say. It's not God. It's not a coincidence. It is definitely God. And so, what a beautiful time that we had in this. And yeah, yes, Cedric, look at God for sure. He is so, I don't know. I'm just in awe. Just in awe. He is such an awesome God. He is such a good God. And the ladies truly were blessed. And it wasn't because of any of us. It was because we were just willing to go to Lincolnton, Georgia, out in the middle of nowhere. And literally the roads from Salisbury to Lincolnton, Georgia were all these backcountry roads, twists and all these turns, and it was quite an adventure that we were on. And, and we were willing, we just said yes. Even though we didn't know why, we didn't know, we just knew that this is this was scheduled, the women signed up, and we were coming. Let me tell you, that community in Lincolnton, Faith Community Church, incredible, incredible, and many blessings on that community and the church. What an amazing work they are doing for the Lord. And wow, I am just so blessed that I got to be a part of that whole thing. So I'm even more excited about Amplify Your Life that is coming up in 2 weeks. I cannot believe that the event is in 2 weeks. I'm even more, I mean, God's already doing this mighty work. Wow. What he's going to do in 2 weeks. Wow. Again, when God is on the move, is there any surprises? Yeah, there are. Definitely are. But they're good surprises. I have not had a surprise from God that wasn't good. Let me put it to that way. It has always been for my good and for those that show up, for their good as well. That's how awesome God is. So I'd love to hear about your God stories too, and how uh, you've had surprises in your life and what that was like for you. That would be just, it'd be such a blessing to hear about it. So if you got one, please don't be shy and share it. So I'm sitting here at the airport to the end of that whole week of just God doing such a mighty work and through unexpected things and unexpected ways. And here I am at the airport, and my flight is delayed. Surprise, surprise. Um, and it looks like a storm is coming in. So, anyways, definitely keep me in prayer. And I'll be getting home here pretty soon, and it'll be nice to be in my home, in my bed for a little bit, just in time to wash my clothes and pack up and leave again. So I am so excited about 2024 and being on a mission for God. So I just wanted to share that with you. It truly was an amazing, amazing week. And God is on the move. 2024 is going to be so incredible for so many people. So I just want to encourage you all, dig deeper, build your relationship with God, build your relationship with each other, and the sky is absolutely, the sky's not even the limit, you guys. I don't think there's any limits. Started to say the saying, but then I realized, like, with God, there's no limit, not even the sky. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye and God bless. And I'm excited to hear your God stories. So please share away your God stories. Okay, I'm hoping I get to load this plane here pretty soon. I'm hoping that there are no more delays. So, okay, say a prayer and see you later. Bye.